There comes a time in life when the world around us starts to slow down. But inside, something new begins. Not an ending, but a shift. A quiet wisdom that wasn't there before. A deeper understanding of what truly matters. And with it, a question arises. What does it really mean to age gracefully? Is it about looking young forever? Or is it about living each day with intention, strength, and peace? The truth is, graceful aging isn't a gift, it's a choice. And like all choices, it's shaped by the habits we follow every day. Today, we'll explore 5 golden rules, simple, timeless, and powerful, that help people not just grow older, but thrive after 60, because the best years aren't behind you. They're right here. Let's begin. Too often, the way society talks about aging is filled with fear. We hear about decline, about limits, about what's been lost, but rarely do we hear about what's been gained. The quiet confidence, the patience, the perspective. Aging gracefully isn't about resisting time. It's about working with it, allowing it to shape us gently, like a river smooths a stone. Each wrinkle carries a memory. Each gray hair, a chapter. Each year, a lesson that was earned, not given. This stage of life is not the end of something. It's the beginning of something richer. You're not disappearing. If you enjoy these tips and want more uplifting videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. You're distilling. In a world that moves fast, you've earned the right to slow down, to savor, to observe, to live not on autopilot, but with deep, intentional presence. Maybe you've raised a family, built a career, faced loss and triumph. Now, you stand at a new threshold, one where your wisdom can shine, where your heart can expand, where your time becomes truly your own. This is the moment to choose how you want to live it. And it doesn't take grand gestures, just 5 small, powerful rules. Golden not because they are perfect, but because they reflect something timeless. So let this be your invitation to not just age, but to age gracefully, to not just get through life, but to thrive after 60. Rule 1. Nourish your body with wisdom. After the age of 60, the body speaks more clearly. It tells us what it needs and what it can no longer accept. Gone are the days when meals were just fuel. Now, each bite carries meaning. Each choice has consequences. Aging gracefully isn't about strict diets or denying pleasure. It's about choosing foods that bring energy, healing, and joy. The golden rule? Nourish from within. Start by listening. How does your body respond after a meal? Does it feel heavy or light? Do you feel focused or foggy? Whole foods are the foundation. Leafy greens, seasonal vegetables, berries, legumes, and whole grains. These ingredients fight inflammation, support heart health, and keep the mind sharp. But nourishment isn't just about nutrients. It's also about rituals. Eating slowly, cooking at home, sharing meals with others. These moments feed more than the body. They feed the soul. After 60, many people face digestive changes, slower metabolism, decreased enzyme production, and sensitivity to certain foods. That's not a failure. It's a signal to adjust. Hydration is key, too. Many seniors unknowingly live in a state of mild dehydration. Drinking water before meals, starting the day with herbal tea, or infusing water with citrus can make hydration feel refreshing again. Proteins matter more than ever. Lean sources like beans, tofu, eggs, and wild-caught fish help maintain muscle mass, which protects balance and strength. And don't fear healthy fats. Avocados, olive oil, and nuts support brain function and joint health. Avoid ultra-processed foods, sugary snacks, and excess sodium. Not because they're bad, but because they steal vitality. At this stage in life, we protect what energizes us. And yes, enjoy the treat, the piece of chocolate, the shared dessert. Graceful aging is never about punishment. It's about awareness and care. Eating well after 60 is not a restriction. It's a gift, a quiet daily act of self-respect. Another key is mindfulness. Eating in front of screens, rushing through meals, or ignoring hunger and fullness cues disconnects us from the experience of eating. Mindful eating brings us back to the present, allowing the body to digest not just food, but life itself. Spices, too, are powerful allies. Turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and garlic are not just flavors. They are nature's medicine cabinet. Used regularly, they support immunity, reduce inflammation, and add pleasure to every bite. And then there is the joy of variety. Trying new recipes, discovering new ingredients, revisiting old favorites. This keeps the kitchen alive and the heart open. Food should not become boring or mechanical. It should remain a source of curiosity and comfort. In many cultures, elders are not just respected. They're fed first. That honor reflects something deep. The idea that wisdom deserves nourishment. You are not just feeding your body, you are honoring your journey. So when you stand in your kitchen or sit at your table, remember, nourishment is a sacred act. If this video speaks to you, feel free to leave a little comment and hit like. It really helps the channel grow, and we truly appreciate it. With every meal, you are choosing not just health, but presence. Not just longevity, but quality. Eat like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Rule 2, move with purpose. Movement is not just about exercise, it's about life itself. After 60, the way we move shapes the way we feel, the way we age, and the way we connect with the world around us. Too often, movement is seen as something optional, something to fit into a busy day, or something we let go of as we slow down. But graceful aging is not about slowing down completely. It's about staying connected to your body with kindness and intention. Movement after 60 doesn't have to be intense. It has to be meaningful. A morning walk that welcomes the sun, stretching to gentle music, dancing in the kitchen while preparing dinner, lifting light weights to feel strong and stable. Each act of movement sends a powerful message to your body. I'm still here. I still care. Mobility is freedom. It's what allows us to travel, to play with grandchildren, to care for ourselves. Without it, the world shrinks. But with it, the world opens again. Simple routines can protect our balance, preserve our posture, and reduce chronic pain. And when done regularly, they become more than habits. They become rituals of resilience. Balance exercises protect us from falls. Stretching improves circulation and joint health. Resistance training, even with cans of food or water bottles, preserves muscle mass and bone strength. It's not about perfection or pushing through pain. It's about moving with awareness, with gratitude, with purpose. And beyond the physical benefits, movement awakens the mind. Studies show that regular activity boosts memory, sharpens focus, and lifts the mood. It's not just the heart that moves when we walk. It's the spirit, too. We were made to sit still. We were made to move, to feel the air on our skin, to rise from our chairs with ease, to greet the day with motion. So move, not to chase youth, but to celebrate vitality. Move because your body still wants to be used, because every step forward is a reminder. You are still becoming. There is beauty in gentle repetition, in doing small movements every day, not to impress, but to improve. Try setting a movement intention each morning, not a goal to achieve, but a moment to reconnect. Today, I'll stretch for 10 minutes. Today, I'll walk to the end of the street and back. Today, I'll breathe deeply as I move my arms. These small acts build strength over time, not just in the body, but in the will. And remember, joy matters. If walking bores you, try Tai Chi. If yoga feels too slow, try swimming. If the gym feels cold, try gardening. What matters is not how you move, but that you move in a way that feels alive, personal, and sustainable. This is not about staying young forever. It's about honoring the body you have today and giving it the freedom to move with dignity, grace, and purpose. Rule 3, protect your peace. With age comes a deeper understanding that peace is not something we stumble upon. It is something we must protect. In our younger years, noise and chaos may have felt like part of life. We rushed, we chased, we carried more than we needed. But now we know better. Graceful aging invites us to release what no longer serves us, to let go of the pressure to be everything, fix everything, or prove anything. Peace is a choice, a boundary, a quiet space within. Protecting your peace begins with awareness. What drains your energy? What fills your heart? Pay attention to your rhythms, to the people you spend time with, to the spaces you allow into your life. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts. Not every opinion needs a response. Not every invitation requires a yes. Saying no is not rejection. It's self-respect. Protecting your peace also means simplifying your environment, decluttering your home, choosing calm over clutter, removing noise. It all sends a message. I value stillness. And in that stillness, the mind can breathe. The heart can listen. The body can rest. It's easy to become overwhelmed in a world that never slows down. News cycles, social media, opinions from every direction. But you get to choose where your attention goes. And attention is life. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, journaling, or prayer create gentle spaces to come home to yourself. Even 5 minutes a day can change the tone of a week. When your peace is strong, everything else becomes easier. You listen better, sleep better, digest better. You make decisions from clarity, not fear. Graceful aging is not just about how you look or move. It's about how you feel when you sit in silence. Can you rest in your own presence? Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's sacred. And it's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and the people who love you. Protecting peace also means honoring silence, not just around you, but within. That means letting go of harsh self-talk, guilt from the past, or worries about what hasn't yet happened. Not every thought needs to be believed. Not every memory needs to be carried forward. Some moments are meant to be forgiven, others forgotten. Let your inner world become a place of kindness. Speak to yourself like you would to someone you love. Celebrate progress instead of perfection. Give yourself permission to be at ease. Peace also grows in presence, in the act of noticing. A warm cup of tea, a bird singing outside your window, the sun touching your hands. These are not small things. They are sacred. And when peace becomes your foundation, everything else feels lighter. You walk with more gentleness. You speak with more compassion. You live with more grace. This is not the kind of peace that hides from the world. It is the peace that walks into the world calmly, rooted, and whole. Rule 4. Keep growing. Aging gracefully doesn't mean standing still. It means continuing to expand. In thought, in spirit, in heart. Just because the body slows down doesn't mean the mind or soul should. Growth after 60 may not look the same as it did at 30. It may be quieter, more personal, but it is just as vital. Learning keeps the mind alive. It creates new connections, builds memory, and opens the door to curiosity. Whether it's reading a new book, trying a hobby, learning to paint, or exploring a new language. Growth is fuel. But growth isn't only about gaining knowledge. It's also about gaining perspective. After 60, we've lived enough to understand that not everything needs to be perfect. That wisdom often comes from mistakes, and that change is not the enemy. It's the path. Keep asking questions. Keep challenging old beliefs. Keep reaching into life with open hands. You are not too old to learn something new. You are exactly the right age to learn what truly matters. Growth can also be emotional. Forgiving someone, opening your heart to love again, letting go of resentment. These are forms of expansion just as powerful as studying or traveling. And growth can be spiritual. It might mean reconnecting with nature, finding stillness, exploring your beliefs with new eyes and a quiet heart. To grow after 60 is to remind the world and yourself that you are not finished, that this season of life has its own lessons and its own beauty. Plant seeds of growth every day, even if they're small, even if no one sees them. Over time, they bloom quietly, patiently, and with great strength, because a life that keeps growing is a life that keeps shining. Never underestimate the power of small efforts. A few minutes spent journaling, a heartfelt conversation with someone new, a course taken online, a garden planted in your backyard. Each one is an act of participation in life. And it's never too late to start. Some people write their first book in their 70s. Others begin painting or playing music well into their 80s. What matters isn't the timeline. It's the willingness to begin. Growth after 60 is also about accepting that we are still evolving emotionally. We may become softer, more empathetic, less reactive. We learn to listen more deeply, speak more carefully, and appreciate more quietly. We stop racing and start noticing. We replace judgment with compassion. We embrace who we are and who we are still becoming. You don't need a classroom to keep growing. The world is your teacher. Nature, stories, laughter, grief, and reflection all have something to show you. So keep growing, keep reaching, keep becoming, because as long as you are alive, you are still unfolding. Like a tree that grows stronger each year, not taller, but deeper. And that kind of growth, it is the very essence of grace. Rule 5, stay connected. We were never meant to walk through life alone. And as we age, the need for meaningful connection becomes even more important. Connection isn't just social, it's biological. It affects our mood, our memory, even our immune system. Loneliness can be as harmful as smoking or poor diet. But connection, it heals. Staying connected after 60 doesn't always mean being surrounded by people. It means being deeply seen by a few. It means having someone to talk to laugh with, to sit beside in silence. Family is one kind of connection, but not the only one. Friends, neighbors, community groups, spiritual circles all offer different forms of belonging. Sometimes connection means reaching out, sending a message, making a call, inviting someone over, even when the house isn't perfect. Not waiting for the right time, because the right time is now. It's also about listening, not just hearing words, but truly showing up with presence and care. When we listen with our hearts, we remind others they matter. And in return, we remember that we do too. Volunteering is another way to connect. Giving your time, your story, your hands, not because you must, but because you can. It reminds us that we still have something valuable to offer. And don't forget the joy of intergenerational connection. Young people need elders. They need wisdom, calm, and patience. And elders need the spark of youth, the curiosity, the laughter. Connection also means staying connected to yourself, to your inner voice, to your needs, to your joy. Take time to reflect, to sit with your thoughts, to ask yourself, what do I need today? And truly listen for the answer. Because when we are connected to ourselves and to others, we feel alive. We feel needed. We feel whole. Graceful aging is not just about what you do, but who you walk with along the way. Stay connected, because in the end, it's not the years that matter most. It's the moments shared. Conclusion, you are still becoming. Aging is not a decline. It's a deepening of presence, of purpose, of peace. You are not less than you once were. You are more experienced, more aware, more grounded. These 5 rules, nourishing your body, moving with purpose, protecting your peace, continuing to grow, and staying connected, are not just actions. They are reminders that your life still matters, that your story is still being written. So embrace each day not with fear, but with reverence, not with longing for the past, but with gratitude for the present. There is no age limit on meaning, no expiration date on purpose, no final chapter unless you choose to stop turning the pages. You are still becoming, still learning, still capable of love, of joy, of strength. Let the world see not only that you are aging, but that you are thriving. Because the most beautiful thing about aging gracefully is that grace has no age. Graceful aging is a lifelong unfolding. And though the pace may shift, the beauty only deepens. Think of all the storms you've weathered, the joys you've lived, the people you've loved. These are not things that fade. They become part of your light. You carry wisdom that cannot be taught in books, strength that was not built in gyms, and stories that deserve to be remembered. This stage of life is not a slow fade. It's a soft bloom. Less noise, more meaning. Less rush, more depth. So give yourself permission to go slowly, to savor your coffee, to watch the sunrise, to pause for a bird song or a child's laughter. These are not distractions. They're the essence of life. And if there are days when you feel unsure, tired, or lost, know this. You are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Every breath is a beginning. Every day is a page. And you are the author of what comes next. So hold your head high. Let your steps be gentle. Let your presence be radiant. Not because life is perfect, but because you've learned how to live it with grace. To everyone watching, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring for your body, your mind, and your heart. You are not invisible. You are essential. Subscribe for more gentle reminders. And as always, stay strong, stay kind, and keep shining. Because the light in you never grows old. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Share in the comments what stood out to you in this video. We'd love to hear it. Your feedback means a lot. Subscribe to Thrive After 60, turn on the bell, and join us for more videos. See you very soon.